Hello, I want to start our conversation by posing two questions I would like you to answer for yourself. The first question is, what makes you happy? The second question is, how much do you believe that you need to be successful in order to become happy? And as you are pondering these questions, I would like to share some information with you that might help you in sharpening and giving more quality to the answers you are formulating for yourself. The first question, what makes you happy? Although I believe that we are here all intelligent and well educated enough to realize that money cannot buy happiness, when we are asked what makes us happy, we tend to think about things that are outside of ourselves as the source of our happiness. That doesn't have to be anything material or have any monetary value. It can be the hug of a grandchild, the voice over the phone of someone you haven't heard from in a long time, the touch of a loved one, or a sunset. But we tend to think of things outside of ourselves when we are asked what makes us happy. Truth is that external factors contribute to our overall sense of happiness for only 10%. The 90 other percent has to come out of ourselves. It's about our attitude towards life. And to quantify it even more, those 90%, we have only about 50% of that 90%, so 45%, we have under control. We can do something about. Extensive research, for instance, by Professor David Licken at the University of Minnesota, who has observed and researched identical twins and have asked them about their level of happiness, shows that the way we look at life is for 45%, for 50% predetermined genetically. If you are one of those people who sees the glass half empty, by nature, you can blame your parents for your misery and say, why would I care about 45%? It's less than half. But if I could give you a 45% raise right here at this moment, or I could give you a little magical pill, not a blue one, let's say this time it's a white one, and you have to take a pill only once, and you would become 45% more healthy. Would you say no to either one of those things? So 45% happier is certainly something we want. The second question, how much do you believe that you need to be successful in order to become happy? Here in our society, we are raised, we are told that you need to be successful to be happy. Take the average self-help book, if it doesn't proclaim it on the cover, it at least says it between the lines, you have to be successful, and from that happiness will flow. Actually, when we think that way, we set ourselves up for unhappiness. Because the moment we reach a milestone of success we have defined for ourselves, or someone else has defined for us, we will start moving that milestone. I'm a salesman, for instance. I've made my sales targets. My boss will say, okay, from 100% we now go to 125%. I'm a solid student with B pluses. My parents will tell me I need A's. I have a nice house. I need a bigger house. And if we believe that happiness is beyond success, and we need to reach that success first, but we keep moving that success, the goalposts of that success, then we keep moving happiness out of our reach till it disappears beyond the horizon. There's even scientific evidence to support that notion. Sean Aker, who is a Harvard-trained psychologist, has done a lot of research in the field of positive psychology, and what his data show is that when we become happy first, it is much easier to become successful. When we are happy, our output grows, not by a few percentage points, but with a whooping 30%. We become more creative, we become more efficient, we become more motivated, we use our intellectual abilities much more. After these general data, he started to research specific groups, and as it turns out, among physicians, a happy physician will be about 20% more accurate and more efficient in diagnosing his patient. So the next time you go to the doctor, don't look at the diploma behind him or her on the wall. Look how genuine his or her smile is. Now, how do you become happy? There's a book about that. It's not my book. It's a book that has been around for thousands of years. It's a book, the absolute bestseller in literary history. It's a book of which you probably own a copy. Maybe you have even opened it once or twice. But I'm sure you've never read that book as a manual for happiness.